Welcome back for this update. I'm going to review GCLaser's Car Repair Shop. They were nice enough to send me a kit for review. So we'll take a look at the parts that are in there, the instructions, and then I'm going to have to do a little bit of modification to my layout to get this. I hadn't planned on putting this on. All the track had been laid, but so I'm going to have to do a little rearranging there to fit this in. So let's see what's in the package. The first sheet gives you detailed parts and their number. And same on the back side. All of them are listed out for you. And then the second sheet, it strictly goes by the numbers and kind of shows you how to start putting things together. Recommend reviewing them twice and looking at them. They do give you some ideas for the recommended paints that they like to use. Rust-Oleum. Some colors that you can use, and as you go through the pages, there are some hints on how to put it together. But read it twice. They also recommend using yellow glue to bond this with. Probably a few others, well bond to do that. The parts are basically a paper cardboard material. I think the brickwork on this is excellent, just very nicely done. Give you a back piece. You're going to sandwich the clear thin plastic piece in there for your windows in there. The back side, they're actually calling for this to be the color of the inside of the building, so you don't have to paint it. But the brickwork, you have your four walls to do that. The base, which is actually 3 layers, and quite interesting because the 3 layers actually give you your steps as you put these together. This one into here, and this one here. These are all glued together. They say Pico code 55. I'll make a comment. I was going to ask them about if you wanted to use a little bit different code on that. But just enough room for your track to come through here. Your ties will actually sit underneath. This is going to have to be painted. I picked kind of a chalk white or a very light, kind of concrete. I want to say a very light gray, but it's chalky looking. That'll be done. Your parts, windows, ladders that you'll paint up. These pieces are to trim out the side of the brick building. Your top section, your plastic for the windows. Here's your top section. And then over here is all your interior. Quite a few interior parts. All your girder. They've got a crane hoist. Here's a little gas meter here that you can put in, and a few other things. So we will start first with how are we going to get our base plate piece in. Here is the area that I wanted to put this in. When I very first start this layout, this was a part that I acquired. I'm not quite sure. I put it here. I've never been happy with it. So we're actually going to remove that and look at installing our car repair shop in this area. Basically, my idea is that this will all become the train repair facility. Here's the footprint for the car repair shop. So you can see I'm going to have to remove these tracks here. This left-hand turnout will become a right-hand turnout, take out some of this area, and we'll make this the repair shop bringing a line in over here. Okay, we've got all the structures and the landscaping. Anything I could possibly break, I think I have removed, and we're going to start pulling the track up. Okay, I've got the area cleared off there, and after looking at this, I decided, why don't I just go back and take this track out all the way back to here. I actually want to drop that down to ground level and bring that out this way. So I removed the parts for the skylight. You have 8 of those to go in. They're probably a little of the more difficult, very small. I'm going to use some yellow glue and start putting those together. After attaching one side there, making as close as we can get to a right angle, let that set up about 10 minutes. It'll hold pretty well, and we'll get the other side put on. For the hoist carrier, you have 2 of these that you need to build, and those will take these small side pieces that will go in here. To help support that while you're gluing it, 80,000 styrene is the exact height that you can glue that, put that in there, let that set up and dry, and then we can put the other side on. And here is the finished product of assembling this one. So we'll let that set up, and we'll paint these parts here in a little while. Before gluing the walls together, I went in and marked very lightly with a pencil where the doors were. I'm going to take that, and then I'm going to paint this out just slightly above the beyond the outline. I'm going to use a light gray. You may want to use a different color just to give some accent to the door. They give you some pieces then to put back in here again that will detail that out. Sparingly, we don't want to get this to overflow in the window area. Clean piece of wax paper, and we'll get some weight on that and let that set up for about an hour or 2. Okay, I've received the new turnout here. To reverse that, it's going to kind of throw my control panel off a little bit, but not going to hurt that bad. Got the road bed prepared to where it's going to come down. I laid out the base of the car shop and marked out where the 2 tracks are going to go in there, so it'll give me an idea. And when I put that, when I lay these 2 tracks here, I'll actually use the foundation to hold them exactly in place where I want them. I have the new track laid, and I'm using the base of the car repair shop to make sure I get these in the correct position. And fortunately, these little poster pins, they fit perfect right down inside the track, so that'll hold it in position for me. So we're going to get that glued in, and then we can assemble the building. Okay, I just kind of leaned the walls up against each other just to see how it would fit in that area. And looks very nice. Got the parts put together with the windows. Everything's painted the way I want it. So we're going to get ready to do the final assembly here. Okay, we have all the parts ready for assembly, but the video is getting a little bit long, so I'm going to make this a two-parter. I have got all the track laid, and that's all wiring, that's complete. I've made some 3D printed parts for this building. I'll show you those to you next time. So please stay tuned for that. I thank you very much for watching, and have a great day. We'll see you soon.